So the Atlantic put out this article saying that Cash has like a drug and alcohol problem, and he's threatening to sue them for like this massive amount of money. How much was it? I can't even remember. It was like 200 million or something like that. I know it had a 2 and a million in it. Let's check. 250 million. And it had a funny headline too. The FBI director is MIA. Let's see if Reuters gives the overall, like, the biggest things from the story. It was initially titled Kash Patel's erratic behavior could cost him his job. Conspicuous inebriation and unexplained absences that alarmed officials at the FBI and Department of Justice. Amazing. He's As a result of his alcohol-fueled nights, he is often away or unreachable, delaying time-sensitive decisions needed to advance investigations. In the Atlantic story, the White House, the Department of Justice, and Patel denied the allegations. Of course. Print it all false. I'll see you in court. Bring your checkbook. The Atlantic story is a lie. They were given the truth before they published, and they chose to print falsehoods anyway. Then the Atlantic said, "We stand by our reporting," which is exactly what all of these media places said when the Trump administration has tried to hit them with lawsuits, and they've lost every time. And of course, they've already made a Lego video about this. That's what I took that little character from. At this point, I don't even know um if it's actually the government of Iran making all of the ones that go viral anymore, but either way, they're floating out there. So I think I had a couple more on this. Let's see. Oh, I think he was asked about this. Let's see. Let's see his response. Bro looks wasted. Bro looks wasted. Given
article about you in the Atlantic magazine. The Atlantic magazine director is alleging that you have a drinking problem, that it is getting in the way of your work running the FBI. What is your response this morning to this article?
Look, Maria, you and I have been at this together for a long time, whether I was leading the investigation on Russiagate back in the House or my time in the Trump admin one and now. And the results, I say, speak for themselves. If the fake news mafia isn't hitting you personally with baseless information,
the results speak for themselves. If the results speak for themselves, I believe everything they say.
in Washington, D.C., then you're not doing your job. And it's louder than ever because this FBI, under President Trump's brilliant leadership in backing the blue and backing law enforcement, this FBI has the most prolific year in crime reduction in the United States history. A 20% reduction in the homicide rate, a 20-point drop in opiate overdose deaths. We have found and identified 6,300 child victims. 6,300 kids get to go home to their kids. That's a 30% increase. Seizing.
Did he say kids get to go home to their kids? I think he did. I think he did. Hold on.
We have found and identified 6,300 child victims. 6,300 kids get to go home to their kids. That's a 30%.
Yeah, he did. He did. He did say
that. Increase. Seizing enough fentanyl to kill 180 million Americans. That's a 31% increase. Our deal with China, where we stopped the flow of fentanyl precursors, or historic engagement thanks to President Trump in Busan. And our work continues. We've captured 8 of the top 10 most wanted fugitives in the world, to include rapists, murderers, terrorists, and narco traffickers. That's twice as many as Joe Biden did in 4 years. President Trump and this FBI got done in 14 months. So if I'm not doing my job, if I'm not working, then how is it that the FBI delivered the safest America under President Trump's leadership in the history of our country? And so, you know what? They can beat their drums and stand next to toxic waste all they want, but that doesn't make it toxic
They can stand next to toxic waste. What is he talking about?
waste. And Maria, I'm happy to announce on your show that we are not going to take this laying down. You want to attack my character? Come at me. Bring it on. I'll see you in court.
So you're going to sue them?
Absolutely. It's coming tomorrow.
Amazing. Hey, a lot of kids get to go home to their kids now.